Okay, well that's the coarse grinding done on both sides of the blade. I'll show. You can see this side quite nice. This side, yeah, still retain the signature. There is some scratching on the blade now, though. I think I might lose this signature altogether. But you can see the bevel is a lot deeper here, but the angle is a lot shallower. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, still not sharp yet, not by any means, but it has been reprofiled. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to smooth this profile down a bit using 400 grit diamond lapping stone, diamond plate. This, I'm starting to think that this blade is high carbon steel and properly hardened, because it absolutely wrecked the Dremel stone and it punished the scythe stone. I would normally use a 240 grit waterstone next, Japanese waterstone, but this blade is too hard. It's just going to wreck the stone, and I don't have a diamond stone that's any more coarse than 400 grit, so that's what I'm going to use. There it is. This is an easy lap, 400 grit diamond plate. It's a steel plate. It has diamond dust in it. Very hard wearing. Seems smooth, but it's not. I'm going to use this stand to hold it. Just use some lolly sticks to support the plate. Put it in this holder. So there we are. Tighten this up. And because this blade is large and heavy, it's likely to cause this to move. I'm going to use some blue tack. Blue tack underneath to hold it down so it doesn't move. There we go. Now I'm going to use a drop of water on this. You don't have to use water, but these stones can clog. So I'm going to use some drop of water. And oh dear, it's not flat. And a drop of detergent, small drop of detergent. It just stops the stone from clogging. And now I'm going to keep the angle the same. I'm going to work the blade across the stone like this. So you see that? Yeah. I'm going to work it like this. It's rocking about a bit because of the blue tack. I need to use a smaller piece. So keep the angle continuous and work across. And I'm going to work this stone now until I've got something like a cutting edge on this blade. I've decided, because the steel seems to be of high quality, it seems to be hard, high carbon steel, then I'm going to go for sharpness rather than durability on the edge, just to see how sharp I can get it. But the sharper you make it, the less durable the edge is. But I'll give it some tests later on and see how it does. So this is going to take ages because this blade is so hard, and because this is only a 400 grit, it's too fine really. But it's just hammering the other stones and I can't, it'll destroy them. So I'm going to work on this now for quite a while. I'm going to do both sides. You can see there, it's working on that edge there. Okay. Well, that's a work completed on the 400 grit diamond plate. You can see I've reprofiled the blade. This is now the nice burr on it, so I know there's a burr all the way along the blade, so I know that this edge is right to go up to the next stone. This is actually now functionally sharp, and to be honest, this bevel might be a bit shallow for practical use. I mean, a machete is designed really for cutting vegetation. This might be too shallow a bevel. I've ground quite a lot of metal away, but I just want to know how sharp I can get this. This steel is very hard. I think it is a steel it claims to be, and it does seem to have been properly treated. They got rid of all the paint off it, and you can still see the signature. So I'm going to see if this will take a proper razor edge, and I mean razor edge. That really serves no practical purpose for a blade of this type. For what this will be used for, you don't really need a razor edge, and you lose a lot of durability on the blade. But I'm just interested as to what kind of energy it will take, and then maybe what kind of energy it will hold. It's got that kind of eggshell feel to it that carbon steel has. Difficult to describe. Almost feels ceramic. So yeah, I think this is going to shape up quite nicely, I think. So the next stage after the 400 grit, and it took ages. I wish I had a coarser diamond plate, but it did take a while. The next stage is to go up to 1000 grit. Now normally I would always use, for 1000 grits up, I would use a Japanese waterstone, like this one. Hang on. Like this. This is a combination waterstone. It's quite worn really now, but I've got several. But the coarser the waterstone, the more quickly it wears and it goes out of shape, and you have to flatten it again. And this blade is so hard that I don't really want to use this stone, because it's going to abrade a lot of the stone. So I have a 1200 grit Easy Lap diamond plate. Looks identical to the other one, still feels smooth, and it still isn't. It doesn't have as nice a feel as a waterstone, but for a blade that's as hard as this, it's what I'm going to have to use. So yeah, I'm going to polish this bevel somewhat, and get the edge more refined. I've made sure there's a nice burr on one side, and then I got a burr on the other side, so I know that the entire edge has been properly filed. This shoulder here, I don't know if you can see, when I ground the bevel onto it, this was quite a pronounced shoulder, so I've just ground a little bit of this off to round it off a little. You definitely don't want this part to be rounded at all. As you approach the edge, you want a straight, flat, continuous angle, but it's okay just to round this off here. So yeah, I'll get to it with the 1200 plate and see where it gets from there.